What's going on, people? So, I tell you, like, I haven't sat down and done any of these, like, little recordings in a while, you know? So you would think I should, like, ease into it. But nope, got 4 of these things lined up. So we're just gonna knock it out and see how terrible it goes. Hopefully, like, not super terrible, but whatever. Pro Wrestling Crate, right? That's what we're here to talk about this time around. Got this in, I feel like it came in over the weekend, maybe? It's Tuesday now, to give you some sort of reference for that. So let's go ahead, open it up. These things come along every 2 months nowadays. It used to be every month, but you know, for whatever reason they changed it. I am fine with that because now it's like less stuff to do, right? And fewer shirts building up in the closet. So that's a welcome change too. Either way, so on this particular side of the car, there's not a whole lot going on because there never really is. However, as always, on this side, that's where you see all the spoilers, right? So there's that for you. Let's go ahead and see what's on in here, right? Now, if you didn't read the card, then you don't know. Or if you're like me, you know what I'm saying? But you do know that they always start with a shirt, so that's no spoiler now, is it? This one right here is, what is this? Icons are forever, so it's a Sting shirt. Well, that's kind of cool, right? I actually just saw Sting not too long ago. I was down in Greensboro for Revolution, and then he was also up here at the Richmond Galaxy Con. I was going to try to meet the guy, but Saturday was just god awful, so didn't even bother. I just walked in, saw how terrible it was, and just pretty much just left not long after. Then I went back Sunday to do stuff, you know. Back on this, right? So we got another shirt here. I have another shirt here. Maybe you have one too. I don't know. This is Destino, right? So you got Naito, Tetsuya Naito. I believe that's how you say that. I don't really know. Honestly, like as I was saying it, I was like, I feel like this is probably not going right, but I went with what was in my heart, and I think that's what matters, right? So either way, pretty nice shirt. I got no problems with it. I do like a little bit of variety when it comes to the colors. Like I said, man, lots of black shirts come through these things. So this is one of them, you know? Got so many in there, so that's a welcome change. Moving along, we have another micro brawler here. This time around, we have David Arquette. So there's that. I have absolutely nothing to say about this whatsoever. I did not follow this guy in any sort of way. I was way out of the WCW loop by the time he showed up and was doing whatever he was doing. So that's just a micro brawler for the collection. This one right here kind of sort of follows the same sort of setup, right? RJ City. Because I know who the guy is. I know he's out there hanging out with Renee doing the interview type something or others. I mean, I guess he's also a wrestler. I don't know. I really just don't know anything about that guy. And I probably never will, because I don't see myself like seeking it out. He hasn't wronged me in any way. He doesn't seem like uninteresting, but at the same time, I don't care. Moving along, we have, what is this? So there's that, to give you a little picture while I figure this out. Okay, so it's some Latino heat pin. It's like some hot sauce type of thing going on here, I guess. But it has like some Japanese or something, or Chinese, some kind of something going on down there. It's not Spanish. I know that much, right? Which is what makes this kind of weird, honestly. But that's this. So, okay. Moving along. Ric Flair, right? He was also at the Sting thing, right? If you saw the pay-per-view, you saw that. So this is some kind of little stuffed animal, stuffed man thing, right? So there's that. It's not bad, right? I mean, I'm not a very big Flair guy, so I don't really care about it one way or the other. But I do like that it's a welcome change from other things, because if you keep doing these crates, so eventually you got to switch stuff up just a little bit, right? And so now we have this, and this is going to be one of those posters, kind of like they often do in the AEW crates. And it is John Moxley. So there you go. It's kind of a painting sort of thing going on here, right? So as you look at it, you see like all the little barbed wire down here. You got all this little stuff going on up here with like the blood splatter and whatnot. Overall, in some ways, it kind of reminds me of like the Marvel Masterpiece cards. I don't know if anybody out there collected those in the past, like in the 90s, or if you have a lot of money, maybe you collected them recently. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that and stuff. The old bloody Moxley, as it says down there. But that's just standard Moxley, right? He's always bleeding. He's probably bleeding right now. And up next, we have a patch. This says Bullet Club Gold, right? And it's a patch. That's pretty much all I can say about this, right? There's not a whole lot of description to give you because I think the picture speaks for itself. So there's that. Go ahead and if you have one, you put it on a book bag or your jacket. Maybe some pants, I guess. I think people put patches on pants sometimes. So let's see what's going on in this thing. Got us a little autograph, right? Well, usually, I mean, again, there's that Will Hobbs thing where it's just a picture and no autograph. Still weird to me. And so there you go. There is Tatanka, right? Yeah, Tatanka, the Indian man. I don't know what he actually went by. I just know he was like an Indian man, right? Or Native American, as it's known in most places now. Indigenous, I think that's the word. I don't know. I'm a little older, so like I'm never really keeping up with things. I just know it's fluctuated. But what hasn't changed is Tatanka, right? There he is, immortalized forever with his fancy Tatanka style ring gear on, right? So there's that. Pretty cool. Actually, didn't I get something? No, I was going to get a figure signed by him at something a while ago. But it was just kind of like, you know, little... It wasn't going to happen, right? Because there's too much stuff going on. Maybe it's too expensive, long line, whatever. It was only going to be for a friend anyway. So instead, I just sent him the figure. But I might actually send him this because I don't really have a use for it and he's a big fan for whatever reason. So there's that. Let's do a real quick recap of the things, right? So you can know how I felt about this crate. I'm going to lead off with saying this. Not amazing, right? The shirts were fine. I mean, I like the red one because it's, you know, different or whatever, but I still don't really think it's anything great as a shirt. And then all the stuff that they gave me over here, all of it was just kind of, just real flat for me. You know, nothing was really getting my attention. I do like the Bullet Club Gold, but again, I'm not really a patch guy. So all in all, I waited 2 months for this crate. It's not awful, I guess, but it certainly doesn't make me excited for the next one, though I do, seeing this, feel like the next one's got to deliver, right? We'll see what happens. But from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I got some more recording to do, some more stuff to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Later, people.